This segment is brought to you by the Kansas Soybean Commission. The Soybean Checkoff, progress powered by Kansas farmers.
Good morning and welcome to Farm Factor on Ag-AM in Kansas. I'm your host, Conrad Capus. The Environmental Protection Agency and the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers recently issued a proposed rule that would expand its regulatory authority under the Clean Water Act to land features and waters that consist of puddles, ponds, ditches. That would give the agencies power to dictate land use decisions and farming practices in or near them. The rule would make it more difficult to farm or change a farming operation to remain competitive and profitable.
Hi, I'm Paul Schlegel, the Director of Energy and Environment Team at American Farm Bureau Federation. I was excited this morning to meet with farmers from Kansas who are on their way to Capitol Hill to talk about one of the most important issues we have facing farmers today in agriculture. It's a proposed regulation by the Environmental Protection Agency that would redefine waters of the United States, essentially giving them expanded authority to regulate not just water on land in the United States, but activities that take place on farmers' property throughout the United States. It would have a significant increase in the presence of the federal government on land for farmers throughout the United States. We're trying to educate the farmers as to what that would mean for them so they can communicate that message to Capitol Hill. It was a great opportunity to meet with people who are going to be affected by this federal policy, and we're looking forward to the conversations they're going to have with lawmakers over the next few days.
Recently, several members of the Kansas Farm Bureau visited Washington, D.C. in March. County Farm Bureau leaders and their families talked to lawmakers about issues affecting farming and ranching in Kansas, including water rights.
One of the key factors in making these visits successful in Capitol Hill is to have individuals put in their terms in what they face every day in their land and their operations, what it means when the federal government redefines a water of the United States. If there's an erosion feature on their property that currently would not be subject to federal regulation, they can point out to legislators in terms that's quite easy for them to understand what the impact would be on their livelihood. That's why these visits are absolutely critical, because it brings home to policymakers the impact in real terms, what it means to individuals day in, day out on how they operate and how the government's jurisdiction will affect their lives.
In the Clean Water Act, any citizen with standing can sue under the Clean Water Act. To have a standing, a citizen must prove that he or she has an interest which is or may be adversely affected by the alleged polluter's actions.
One of the key aspects that's part and parcel of this proposal by the agency is once they extend their jurisdiction on land, that brings with it the citizen lawsuit provisions that are contained in the Clean Water Act. So what the agency is doing is they are responding to, in their terms, two Supreme Court decisions, one in 2001, the other 2007, that effectively limited what the EPA can do. They're claiming that this will not change anything, that it keeps it the status quo. In point of fact, what it will do is will give the agency much clearer authority to do things which they have not done in the past, and it brings with it also this question of the legal liability that a landowner would face if a local activist organization, for instance, does not like the chemical they're using on their crops, don't like the fact they're using crops. If they can find a hook in the Clean Water Act to litigate and bring those owners to court, it creates havoc for people at great expense, and it also expands authority beyond what the agency says they want to do. This has been a high priority for the American Farm Bureau Federation. Our board has designated a priority. We have been running an ongoing campaign called Ditch the Rule so that people can join with us in looking at what the agency is doing, reining them in, and getting support, bipartisan support on Capitol Hill for stopping this land grab and jurisdictional grab by the federal government.
Biodiesel made from sustainable resources is diversifying our fuel supply. This year, biodiesel will displace over 1 billion gallons of fossil fuel nationwide. It's making our economy stronger and our communities healthier. It's working here and across America. Get biodiesel going in your community. visit americasadvancedbiofuel.com.